Hi YouTubers, this is Homestead Nurse, and I'm going to be talking about blood pressure and diet today. So many of my patients, when I go in to do an assessment, complain about being on their blood pressure medications. They don't like it. But when I go into their refrigerator and into the pantry, the foods that I see that they're eating just ain't cutting it. I ask them why they're eating these high salt foods, these fatty foods, these processed foods, and they give me the excuse that they just can't afford to eat healthy. You don't have to go to a health food store to find foods that will lower your blood pressure. And you certainly don't have to break the bank with buying all these supplements that are on the market. Supplements, yes, they do work and they do help lower blood pressure, but I like to start with something that's very economical. Your own refrigerator and your own pantry. So, because the bottom line is, what we want to do is lower these numbers. We don't want to see that number, and we certainly don't want to have a hypertensive crisis and see that. So I'm going to bring you into my kitchen, and I'm going to show you some simple things that I keep handy, and then I cook with, and then I eat, that does help lower blood pressure and keeps it in check. Now, I always advocate a low sodium, low fat diet. And fresh fruits and vegetables are awesome. We have our own garden up here, so we are really lucky. So we have access to those fresh vegetables. But if you don't, certainly going to the store and buying those vegetables, it's okay. So the one thing I want to start with is some simple things that you can add to your diet, and this really does help lower your blood pressure. A celery, omega-3 fats, whole grain oats, and legumes. Now, celery, believe it or not, is kind of an old Chinese secret. What it does is it opens up or relaxes, I should say, it relaxes the muscles around the arteries. So that helps lower that blood pressure. Now, they've done studies, and I think the last one was 12 to 18% of the patients that had high blood pressure started using celery, and it lowered their points. So they usually say about 4 stalks a day is what you need. The other one I said is the omega-3. Now, our body doesn't make omega-3 fats, so we do have to purchase it. A great source is flax seeds. I keep that on hand. I also keep flaxseed oil on hand. I just add this when I'm cooking and I'm baking. Another great source is sardines, halibut, and trout. Those are great sources that you can get in the grocery store. The other thing is whole grain oats. Now, I buy a lot of things in bulk to save money, and one of them is rolled oats. We just have hundreds of pounds of rolled oats, and I eat my oatmeal every day. You can do bran flakes, you can do shredded wheat. Very good with lowering that high blood pressure, because it does add fiber to your diet. Just some really good grain bread. Stay away from white bread. We don't like that. And then the legumes. Now, the legumes include black beans, pinto beans, kidney beans. Now, like I said, I do all my own canning, but if you have to go to the store and buy your beans in a can, be aware that the sodium level is high, 450 milligrams in this can alone. What I do is I rinse them a couple times, and then I leave them soak in the water, and that really helps dilute a lot of that sodium. The next thing is low-fat dairy, skim milk, low-fat yogurt. Calcium really does help lower high blood pressure. It kind of acts like an ACE inhibitor, which is what the blood pressure medications are. I buy fat-free organic milk. You can go organic or you can go normal. I mean, normal, non-organic milk, skim milk is much less costly than the organic. And the other thing also that I like to advocate for my patients is add magnesium, potassium-rich foods to your diet. Baked potatoes, beets, spinach, carrots, they're all high in magnesium, potassium. And what potassium does, it helps lower or gets rid of the sodium in your body, so that helps lower your blood pressure. We grow our own potatoes. This is from my pantry. There's a couple bananas here, so And I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything for you guys. I think that's it, but what I wanted to point out too is a lot of the herbs that are found in your pantry will also help lower your blood pressure. Garlic, as I've mentioned, oregano, basil, and black pepper. I've got all my nuts up here, almonds, sunflower seeds, and walnuts, a good source of omega-3, all good in lowering your blood pressure. So really, this is not breaking the bank. The other thing that is important is make sure you're cooking with some good oil. Stay away from canola and corn oil. Those are nothing but GMO, bad oils. I do spend money on coconut oil. I buy it in bulk. I've got a 50-gallon pail in my pantry, and I put it in my little coffee container and do that. I buy closeout peanut oil. Look at this, $1.89, and I keep olive oil on hand. The other thing is get rid of the table salt and buy some sea salt. It's all natural, no additives. I got this for $1.59. Parsley's real good for lowering blood pressure. If you got a windowsill, you can grow your own oregano and your own parsley. If you want to go to supplements, fish oil would be the first thing that I would recommend. CoQ10, many of my doctors put my patients on CoQ10. It does help with cardiac disease and high blood pressure. But if you can't afford that and you want to go with something cheap and simple, apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons a day mixed with orange juice or apple juice, and people swear by it. It's really an old-fashioned remedy. If you don't like eating a lot of berries, you can get an antioxidant over the counter. I use a grape extract. That's a great antioxidant. And I think that's about it. So, like I said, simple things in my kitchen that help lower that blood pressure. And I tell you what, it didn't break the bank, and it's everyday common things that you can find in the store. So nothing special. Thanks for watching.